Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
So, yeah.
Got you. Okay. So would you say in the past you also was somebody who, would you say that you were a fixer in your own way?
A fixer?
I don't know, a fixer. Like you said, you made a statement and were like kind of to the effect of you can't change anybody.
You can't. Like,
did you struggle?
I would say that it goes both ways, because I've been in situations where people try to change me.
I can imagine probably not, I wouldn't even say dim your light, but maybe because you were so busy.
All of that.
Yeah, you are.
All of it.
Yeah.
Like, they meet me how they meet me.
Yeah.
Whatever it is that I'm doing and how I am right now drew you to me to want to get to know me. Mm. You get to know me, and all of a sudden you want me to be in the house barefoot and pregnant.
Man.
You don't want me to go nowhere. You don't want me to the man.
I think
don't want me to wear contacts or anything. Like, you know, like,
girl.
But that's how you met me. And I understand some things is changing for the better.
Yeah.
But certain things is just what I like, you know, just like how someone might like to wear piercings or whatever, you know, I met you like that. So it's wrong for me to say, hey, take that out.
Right.
I met you like that. That's what I was attracted to when I met you, right? Mm-hmm. You know, I think men and women can both maybe try to change each other for the better for the relationship. Like, hey, let's communicate.
Or even sometimes better for their own insecurities. Hey, everybody, it's your girl, DJ. We're playing with Keith's Dating App and Podcast. And today I have Maria Opay, the serial entrepreneur of just a lot of different businesses. We're going to dig into that before we dig into Dating Chronicles, where our guests give a funny, crazy, or lesson learned dating story. But before we dive into all of that, I like to learn about all of my guests.
Okay.
I know we got a snippet of kind of what you do, but I would love to learn more about you. And these chocolates.
Yes.
Tell me more about these 24K. I can't remember.
Edible. Yeah, 24 karat edible gold chocolate.
Ooh, you did that. This inspired y'all too.
So my friend Ebony, her name is Ebony Miles. She makes them. So you can go to her Instagram, Gem Nuggets, and she hand makes all of these items. And she has cannagars, which is cigar with cannabis mixed together.
That is dope.
So hit her up, Gem Nuggets. That's her Instagram.
I'll make sure to have the links in the show notes for that. I definitely
they're really good. They're white chocolate handmade, and they're edible, 24 karat gold.
So good. I'm gonna have the link in the show notes. Okay, I just had to plug that in real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, back to you. So I know I recently went to one of your events for K-Marie Intimates.
Yeah.
Right? So that's one of your businesses. Tell us a little bit about that business and how it got started.
Yeah, so I started K-Marie Intimates in 2014 initially, and it really picked up at 2016. And I started with custom glass dildos and butt plugs. And I would sell wholesale to your retailing stores. So if you want one, all of Tokyo Valentino in Atlanta sell all of my products. They're in the glass cases. So they're upscale glass dildos and butt plugs in all the Tokyo Valentino locations here in Atlanta. They're in the Sexology Institute in San Antonio and some other places. But they are custom items. And then I partnered with a toy warehouse in Vegas that I get all my other products from that I don't make, which are your vibrators and dominatrix items and things like that. And then eventually I started having events like the self-love one we had recently, where people can come in, everyone can come in and shop and have a beverage, network, but honestly something really comfortable, to not be in the toy store, because those places people really kind of feel uncomfortable or intimidated. So I just like to have it to where people could just be comfortable and ask questions about the products and bring partners with them and just have a safe space to really shop. And this year, I'm putting together a tour because I want to have more events like that in different states, and people can all come in and join and things like that. So I think it'd be cool. And I haven't had a new line in a while that I have produced and made. So that's something I'm working on right now. It's a new product line as well. And so I would be looking for some inspiration.
Okay.
Do you see my face, Tamara?
Okay.
The inspiration. Because we might need maybe one or two faces for the brand. And then I will customize a product based on that person who we pick to be our face.
I'm interested.
So I might need some help, y'all. We might have to put something together. Like, you know how they have to pop the balloon joint?
Yeah.
We might have to put something together to pick some potential inspirational faces for the brand and for the company.
Okay.
And then I do have like sheets and stuff like that, comforter sheets, bedding. And it's a business venture that I'm currently talking to with this person that was at the party.
Okay.
He is producing a line of pajamas.
Okay.
Like silk pajamas and robes and stuff like that.
Okay.
And so with the bedding that I'm going to have, we might going to partnership and do some things together.
That'd be dope.
Yeah.
That'd be dope. I'm excited for you.
I know.
That's exciting.
I think that's going to be really, really a cool thing, But yes, this year, I'm just trying to get some things squared away that I did not accomplish and do last year.
Got you. Okay. I want to circle back. So you said you made glass toys.
Yes.
What are the benefits of glass toys versus like the silicone and all of that stuff? I know there's some benefits if I remember.
Yes.
correctly.
So the reason why I decided to do glass was because of course the custom, like no one glass toy is the same as somebody else's, Second of all, the ones that I make are freestanding.
Okay.
You don't need anybody to hold it for you. It just sits and stands like this freely.
Okay.
Bounce on it if you like.
Oh.
But the most important reason why glass is better is because no bacteria seeps in. It's no wear and tear. You can heat it and cool it, but like I said, it's no bacteria that seeps in the glass.
Got you. Okay. And then what was your motivation for getting into the intimates space?
I'm a very open-minded individual and very creative, and I've always loved the adult industry. Personally, I wouldn't have been a porn star probably in my previous life, but I do like the business aspect of it. Whether it's the writing, production, the toys, and manufacturing. So I decided to choose the toys and manufacturing because I'm so creative.
Yeah.
So it was a way for me to just get out there and create and just really spread love,
That's dope.
Making people smile one toy at a time.
Got you. So, and then you have, I think, like one or two other businesses that's totally like in different opposites.
Completely opposite.
So tell me a little bit about the other two businesses.
So I am a soccer agent. I became a soccer agent a couple years ago for U.S. Soccer Federation, and I started a sports agency, Neoteric Sports and Entertainment. Right now, I represent 15 professional soccer players, and I became part owner of 2 professional soccer teams. I invested in my first professional soccer team like 3 years ago. I sold my stake in that team and invested in another one, which is now Magic City SC. They're in Pelham, Alabama, which is right next door to Birmingham, Alabama. And that's a men and women's professional soccer team, which is indoor soccer.
Okay.
And then I also this year recently, not this year, it was actually October last year, invested in Oakland Roots and they are in Oakland, California, and that's a men's soccer team, and they're phenomenal. So yes, so that's what I do.
Dope.
Oh, and then I do have a partnership with a soccer academy that is in New York. It's called Pathfinder FC, and it's an amazing soccer academy. So if you guys have interest in a great soccer academy for your kids, it's a school. It's even if like elementary all the way up to 18 years old in New York. And in Spain, they have a team, but they give the kids training.
Wow, okay.
They have a chef for the kids. They have a whole soccer facility. It's an amazing program that's out there. So yeah. So people can hit me up for that too, but not on K. Marie Intimates. Okay. You
shout out to plugging your other.
You have to email me. Just go to MOPay, which is it's the easier one. It's M as in Mary and then OPEAYE legal@gmail.com. That's the easiest one. The other one is Neoteric Sports and Entertainment at Gmail. So just do the MOPay legal@gmail.com to send an email as far as an inquiry regarding the soccer and send reels and highlights, or you can go to the Soccer Federation site and look up my name and just look for Opay, okay, the last name, and then just my information is there to send an email as far as highlights and stuff like that if you need any.
Be interested. So what interests you to get into this particular field?
So I went to law school. A lot of people are shocked to know that I'm actually smart, y'all. But I went to law school in Santa Barbara, California, because initially I thought I needed to go to law school to be a sports agent. But for soccer, that's not the case. You just need some experience with contracts, some legal, and things like that. So I opted out at my last year of law school. Okay. And I was paying cash for law school.
Wow.
Thanks to the sex toys. So I paid my way to law school and opted out in my last year and became a soccer agent. And then I got my mediation arbitration certification. I used to want to be an attorney, but they're very stressed and hard work. Yeah. And I learned that from like working with attorneys and stuff like that. So mediation and arbitrating is a great thing. So I have certification in that. And
what do you do specifically in mediation arbitration?
All right. So the short version is to keep your business out of the street, basically. Mm-hmm. Okay. When your cases hit the court, it's public record. All right. Okay. And that's, call me if you want your business to not be in the street. So if you're an entertainer, a business owner, athlete, I'm the person to call if you want to get your cases settled. That's what mediation is for. Mediation is for two people to sit like this. You can still have your attorneys, but you guys figure out what is the resolve, what's the resolution for your matter, your dispute, without the court getting involved.
Got you.
Arbitration is like I'm kind of a judge without being the judge. Like with arbitration, the arbitrator sits there and look at all of the evidence. Like we sit and listen to all of the evidence that's presented to us. We take it home 2 to 3 months, sit there, analyze everything, and we give you back the verdict.
Wow. Okay.
And 9 out of 10, those verdicts stick. You can't overturn it. Wow. It stays, and we sign off on it. It's a final judgment. You file it with the court. It's done.
Wow.
And your records is the case is closed. It's still done.
Wow. That sounds like there's great money in both.
It is. I have a great mentor.
That's awesome.
For that, he's an amazing judge, and he taught me some great things, and he's phenomenal. So, I wish that many more people knew about that.
Yeah.
Versus running straight to the court system. Because with that, you have to wait to get on the docket. You have to have the matters in other people's hands, when a lot of times it's really a simple conversation,
Yeah.
And not just that, it's public record. So it might affect your business now, later, or whatever, you know?
Absolutely. That's what's up. So before we get into all the other things about dating, give a tip of just, I know there's a lot of women trying to figure out what they want to do, running businesses, things like that. What would be a good tip?
Breathe, y'all. Because, hey, I'm still trying to figure it out day by day.
Really?
Seriously. Like, because work-life balance.
Yeah.
We don't all have it together. And sometimes that's okay to just breathe. But I would say learn to take time for yourself. It's okay to be selfish. And that's something that I'm focusing more so on for myself, is to just have more me time, whether it's like go to a museum, to travel more, go out to dinner with friends more, have like a you day where you just stay home for the weekend and watch movies and relax. It's okay. I know we all got like so much stuff to do.
Yeah.
You have to make time for yourself and do things that you like to do. Like just sit and be like, what are some things that I stopped doing?
That's a good one.
And start doing it.
That's a good one.
Seriously.
Okay.
That's my advice. You have to breathe and take time for yourself.
Got you.
Because if not, before you know it, months is going to go by, and then before like the year is going to go by, and then you look back and be like, dang, I really ain't gone nowhere.
Yeah.
I really ain't went to no restaurants or went out with my friends.
Yeah.
And I found myself doing that. Like when I look back on last year, I found myself like realizing like, dang, like what they say, you was just existing and not living.
Got you. So the success of everything, because it sounds like with all the things you have your hands in, it's doing well. Does the success fulfill you just as much as going out with friends, or no?
I would say it's a different type of fulfillment, you know?
Yeah.
I think what they say, you're your worst critic.
Yeah, that's one.
So in spite of all the things that I have accomplished, from the outside looking in, people are like, oh my God, you did this. But I feel like shit, I ain't did enough. I still got so much more to do.
Yeah.
You know, like I recently, like 2 months ago, bought land.
Okay.
Because I stay in a massive, overly priced high rise right now.
Okay. You like, girl.
So
breathe, Maria.
All right. So, but I always wanted land to build like shipping containers on and have like a whole Chateau Marie.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Wine.
Yeah.
And, you know, my rose gardens, and you know, everybody can come out and it could be like a little mini getaway.
Yeah.
So now I'm able like to finally position myself to get started with that. So, I don't know what the hell I'm doing with the land. Okay, y'all. But it's other people out there that have done the same thing, and I'm learning. You learn by doing, and I'm meeting people to help me with that process and stuff like that.
That's dope.
When I get Chateau Marie together, you're invited.
I would love to come.
You're invited. No charge to come stay, to get away from the hustle and bustle, but it's going to be like 2 hours away from Buckhead, and maybe like an hour from like Fayetteville and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a lot of land. It's 10.82 acres.
Congratulations.
Yes, and it's in my name, y'all. By myself.
Oh my God. Congratulations. That is a big.
Yeah.
No, we got to give you a hand and clap for that.
Thank you.
OMG.
Thank you.
So the tip is just to breathe.
Yes.
Just breathe.
Yes.
Okay.
And even if go somewhere and scream if you have to, just do whatever you feel like you need to do.
I do that a lot.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with it. You do whatever you have to do to get it off of you and just like keep moving forward. Don't sit there and hold it and dwell on it, because then you'll find yourself shifting that energy and tension and anger towards other people, other things and stuff like that. And to be honest, is wearing
It's wearing you down. Yeah, it doesn't help you at all.
Mm-mm.
So, dating and relationships.
Yes.
For you in general, being busy, and I know you talked about work-life balance.
Mm-hmm.
Did you struggle with that, like in your earlier years? And then how does it work for you now, or is it still the same?
In my earlier years, I was hell, y'all. I'm not going to hold you, but I've always been I always felt I was an honest, cool, laid back, open-minded individual.
Okay.
Dating, of course. I mean, we live in Atlanta. It's not easy at the end of the day. So, you know, to be honest, when I was dating, I rather import.
So was that in regards to that?
Like bring
Here in the
people
States or somewhere else?
Oh, not out of the country, but like bring them from different, like date people that didn't live in Atlanta.
Really? So you prefer long distance back?
Yeah, I mean, I'll go there often or come here or eventually end up moving here or whatever. But like meeting someone, it was really rare to meet someone here that was like raised here or
that could probably meet you kind of at the level that you were at, you would say? Or you don't want to say?
I would say like what I was looking for, wanted.
Gotcha.
In a relationship.
Got you. What was a pivotal moment for you that you were like, oh, no, I'm not doing this no more? Where you was like, I'm going to start seeking relationships outside of Atlanta.
Oh, it's been a long time, like early years, like in my 20s. Now, granted, I mean, but then you do meet people here and you have high hopes. You're like, oh, yeah, he okay, yo. And then eventually some shit happened and then it's like, oh, no. Back to the drawing board, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. What was the longest relationship you had, just thinking of the past, when you met somebody in Atlanta versus, when you, like you said, you imported, they literally were outside and then they moved here or you moved there or whatever. What was the longest from the person you met in Atlanta and then versus the other? And why was it better to find people outside?
So I would say the longest consistent relationship, let me say that, because, you know, the world we live in, you date people on and off.
That's true.
You break up with them, y'all get back together a couple months, and then before you know it, it's like 3 years, and it's like, oh, I've been fucking with them for 3 years. No, the hell you wasn't. Goddamn it, y'all was on and off. The shit, it was not consistent. That shit don't count. Damn it. Okay, so to answer your question, the most consistent real relationship I had in Atlanta was about 4.5 years.
Okay, 4.5 years.
And that was like in my younger life, like my younger years.
Gotcha.
To be honest.
And then
I've had relationships, the on and off ones.
That lasted longer than that? Or about the same?
Maybe 5 years.
Okay, so
on and off, you know, but consistent 4 years. Now, the one that was out of town, the longest was about the same, maybe like 4 years.
Got you.
4 years.
What was better about that relationship outside versus the guys here in Atlanta?
So the outside relationship, he was from up north.
Yeah. I mean, I like dudes from up north.
And just how they carry themselves, how they act, their mannerism just was different.
Yeah.
It was different. He meant everything he said. Action met with his words, you know. It was easy. And then the one after that, it was like 3 years, but that was when I moved to Cali.
Okay.
For law school, and he was already in Cali.
Yeah.
So that just worked. And then I moved back to Atlanta after law school, and we still tried to work it out. But that ended because he wanted me to be back in Cali. He didn't want me here.
Got you. What made you decide to move back to Atlanta?
Well, because I didn't have family there, and I just felt that for my daughter's sake, I needed more support.
Got you.
Than what I had in Cali. And then that's when I had started doing my research and stuff and opted out of law school and decided to just do the soccer thing.
Got you. So, like you said, those relationships were in your past life, but the on and off, the inconsistency, stuff like that. When you think now, why do you think you were in relationships that were on and off, on and off?
To be honest, I think when you're younger, even now, people have the tendency to be like, fuck that shit. I don't need it.
Yeah.
I can focus on my business, my family, whatever. I don't need that. And then you go and try to start dating people, not having sex with them, but just like dating them, try to get to know them. You're like, the guy ain't got his stuff together or something weird. You're finding stuff out and you're like, well, shit, I could have just worked it out with what I had. And you're going back to what you had. And then eventually you're like, I want more than this.
Yeah.
And if you can't make somebody do something they don't want, or you can't make somebody do something they're not ready for.
Gotcha.
And then eventually you have to just stop dealing with a temporary fix, like a temporary Band-Aid.
Yeah.
And be ready to move forward, to want more for yourself.
Got you.
As far as relationship. Now, granted, sometimes you might don't want more. You might be okay with
the situation because it's right there.
Because it's right there. Like, like whatever it is, it might work for you at that time, whether it's, he not in your face every day. He ain't getting on your nerves. He ain't checking like what you doing all the time.
Yeah.
He not nagging and bothering you.
Yeah.
Where you can kind of still like take care of whatever you want to do, hang out with your friends, take care of your business, and then hit them up like, hey, I miss you. Come see me.
Yeah.
Right? But then eventually you like, dang, I've been fucking with you for a couple years on and off. Not necessarily meaning like who knows? He might not even have to be messing with somebody else. But he's just not ready to like
take initiative
to marry you or to have that stability and like a committed relationship. Like, or he even might say, hey, I don't want you dealing with someone else. So you, as a female, you might be like, okay, cool, because I am happy with you for where we at right now, but eventually it's going to wear off. And you're going to be like, well, if you don't want me with someone else, and if you're saying you love me, then we should be together in a relationship, right? But he might not want everything that comes with the relation. Because being in a real relationship, I learned this in my past year of my situation now, that a lot of things that you deal with being in a committed, serious, real life relationship, when you have family, bills, business, emotions, all that involved, versus someone that y'all ain't got those problems together yet.
Right.
You ain't got to have some type of conversations about stuff because y'all don't share nothing together yet, really. Mm-hmm. Or, they're there for you, but you don't care what his credit score is.
Right. I know what you mean. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
So, yeah.
Got you. Okay. So would you say in the past you also was somebody who, would you say that you were a fixer in your own way?
A fixer?
I don't know, a fixer. Like you said, you made a statement and like kind of to the effect of you can't change anybody.
You can't. Like,
did you struggle?
I would say that it goes both ways, because I've been in situations where people try to change me.
I can imagine probably not, I wouldn't even say dim your light, but maybe because you were so busy.
All of that.
Yeah, you are.
All of it.
Yeah.
Like, they meet me how they meet me.
Yeah.
Whatever it is that I'm doing and how I am right now drew you to me to want to get to know me. You get to know me, and all of a sudden you want me to be in the house barefoot and pregnant.
Man.
You don't want me to go nowhere. You don't want me to the man.
I think
don't want me to wear contacts or anything. Like, like,
girl.
But that's how you met me. And I understand some things is changing for the better.
Yeah.
But certain things is just what I like, just like how someone might like to wear piercings or whatever, I met you like that. So it's wrong for me to say, hey, take that out.
Right.
I met you like that. That's what I was attracted to when I met you, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think men and women can both maybe try to change each other for the better for the relationship. Like, hey, let's communicate.
Or even sometimes better for their own insecurities. Especially, I don't know, if somebody, somebody wants you in the house.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't want to, a lot of people don't like to admit to that.
A lot of people,
they'll say they're not controlling or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Or not overprotective, but it gives that.
It does.
Right? Especially coming from where I came from, like a Baptist traditional lockdown home. And I get like anxiety when like someone is like, why the fuck you not in the house at 11 o'clock or something? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Because it gives me, because my parents used to be like, hey, it's 10:30. We about to put the alarm on. You coming in or not?
Wow.
And it's like, man, I'm 19 years old. But it's still my house. Like, you know, so it's like, it has to be a balance. Like, granted, whatever your partner is telling you, from the men or the female, a lot of times it might be coming from a loving place, right?
Yeah.
But it's just presented wrong. And I admit sometimes I have taken it to where it's like, I don't know, you just get real defensive.
Yeah.
But in reality, they don't know how to maybe present it in a different way. It's just how they present it, but it's coming from a place of love and care.
Sometimes. I know a few things you said kind of sparked something for me, because I know in the past I've dealt with men who didn't like the fact that I was business oriented, or they felt like I talked too much or this or that. But those same things is kind of what you said. They pulled them in,
mm-hmm.
or in a way I was resourceful to them at one point in time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So in order for them to still tolerate me,
yeah,
they wanted me to kind of dim. So it's like, is that out of love or is that out of insecurity?
I think it could be, depending on the person. It could probably be both or a mixture. One or the other. It depends on the person.
Would you say love because they want to keep you and they're afraid that you're going to go to somebody else?
I don't want to say that's love.
I don't think so.
That's not love.
Yeah. Okay.
That's not love, because I feel like anybody you're in a relationship with, right? If you guys are together
mm-hmm.
in a real relationship and you guys are a team, if I win, you win.
Yeah.
If you're doing a great job with your podcast and you have to go to meet and greets and all this stuff, I'm going to sit there. I'm going to support you, girl. You go, you may pack you a lunch. You want, you know.
Yeah.
But it's not always like that.
Yeah. And why do you think it's not always like that from the other person? From your experience? That's why I said I think. I'm not trying to peel layers to I know.
I think to each his own. Each situation is different.
I agree.
Granted, some people have serious problems, serious problems, and I think those are things that has to be worked out or discussed
between the two.
Yes, to get it to be better, because.
So let me ask you this. So would you say as long as you're able to continue to have open discussions with the person,
mm-hmm.
then it's worth to continue to try, you would say?
It depends on how much you want to fight for the relationship, or if the person is even willing to try to understand and change.
Okay.
But I don't think it's worth, like, to continue to make you feel like shit.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, for it, you can only try to communicate with them and hope that things can change and get kind of a little shifted and different in it, because you have to at least fulfill your dreams at the end of the day, and a partner should understand that. You know, and you have to trust the person,
right?
Because you'll run yourself crazy not trusting the person, and I'm not about to run myself crazy,
right? I can relate to this scenario. That's why I'm
like, go ahead.
right. Okay. So we're talking about kind of past situations and stuff now. Are you in a relationship now?
Yes, I am.
Okay. We cut this out. Because I was going to ask you, how do you approach relationship? Okay, we'll cut that part out. How do you approach?
No, you don't have to.
Okay, well, we going to cut the discussion of us.
Day by day. Hell, no, I was playing. No. No, I love him. I love you. We're in counseling, and we're was it two different personalities trying to combine and make one, because we do love each other. At the end of the day, we do really love each other, and like I said, I know sometimes certain things come from a place, but it has good intentions, I hope, for the most part, but we're just trying to get a balance right now, because I'm like this real free spirit, open-minded, love is love, let's jump and figure out how the hell we're gonna get down on our way down type thing.
Yeah.
But he's like, no, let's get this parachute together. We got to make sure it worked first. This is the insurance information.
Yeah.
Let's make sure our contacts is good and all that. Yeah, makes the shit don't work right. Like, he's a more structured planning type thing. I'm a planner when it comes to certain things, but
You're
in a lot of things, I'm more like, yes, like,
let's just do it.
Yeah, like YOLO. Figure that shit out tomorrow. But no, he's struck. So we're just trying to combine the two and figure it out.
So it sounds like in the past, that's what my next question was going to be. So how do you approach relationships now versus back then?
Back then, in my younger days, it was just take it as it comes, you know. If it didn't work out, it's a billion other people in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm a hurt for a couple days, depending on how much, hell, might an hour. It depends on how much I liked you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if I really liked you, I'm gonna need some time to really refocus some months to like get myself together, just that, and then, you know, move forward or whatever. But to answer your question, initially it was just live life, man, and you meet people and see what happens. You know? And then when you get older, you're like, let me try to at least get to know the person, fill them out more. Do we share the same values? And what's your last name at least?
Yeah.
Like, are you allergic to anything? You know? And then when you get more older, you're like, okay, now it's not just about me. It's about me and my kids. Like, I want someone to be there for me and my kids. Because in your earlier years, you're like, you ain't about to see my kids, meet my kids. It ain't about my kids, whatever. It's about me, you know. But now it's like, it's not just about me. It's about my kids. Because we're all older and I'm trying to settle down. So we have to like gel together as a unit, right?
Got you. Okay. That's how you look at relationships now.
Yeah.
I'm going to dig into these questions.
Okay.
Tell a story of a time someone was trying to get close to you, but they pulled back. Have you ever been in a situation like that?
Of course. I'm not going to sit here and tell no bold-faced lie. Of course.
Or even vice versa. Or
I've done that a lot.
Why did you do that in the past?
Well, because it's like you meet somebody and then you're like, I don't want to get hurt, or I don't want to just put myself all the way out there like that and possibly get hurt, or I don't even know if they like me like that to even put myself all the way out there. I don't know how many people they might be dealing with, even though they say they're not dealing with nobody, but I don't know. So I'm not going to really just fully give them the full attention.
Got you. So was it a red flag or something that made you just fall back, or was it just... You felt like you got what the instant gratification you needed out of them, and then you fell back. Some people moved like that back in their day too, especially when they didn't want to get hurt.
I think it really, it could be a plethora of things, because you might say, I don't really want to, no, you might say, hey, I really like this dude. I want to get to know him. And then you start to get to know him, and you be like, never mind.
Yeah.
But then it's too late, because he's calling you, hey, when I'm going to see you? I missed you. Oh, listen, you like, I'm good. Because then you like, some of the things that you learned about him is not matching up with what you want or like, really, you know? Or you might realize, I don't want someone that's giving me a lot of attention or clingy or nothing. You
That's
know?
something
I actually really like my space. I like my peace of mind.
Yeah.
I don't want you calling me every day.
Yeah.
I don't want my phone ringing
all the time. I had to learn that for myself. I thought I wanted somebody extra clingy because that's what they tell you should want. Mm-hmm. But then when I finally got a situation like that, I'm like, oh, hell no, this is not for me. Yeah. So, that was a lesson I had to learn.
Mm-mm.
Right.
But that goes to show that probably wasn't the person for you.
Yeah.
Because if it was a person for you, you'd be like, shit, don't go home. Stay. And then you stay, and then he just don't go home for a whole month, and then bring in the clothes and move in.
Yeah, that might be. This is a problem. Even if he fine as hell, and that'd probably be a problem. Okay, let me ask you this: what's a red flag people might see in you, girl?
Now it's playing. I don't know. I think. Okay, you know what? I'm going to say this.
What you gonna say?
So I'm a Leo. And a lot of people probably think I always feel like I'm right. Because I am.
Okay.
And if I'm not, then I can admit that I'm wrong, y'all. But that's very rare.
Do it. So it take a lot to show you that you're wrong in a situation.
It takes a lot for me to admit that I'm wrong in a situation. Like I would fight tooth and nail and show proof that I feel like I'm not wrong. But if it comes down to, I was like, dang, I am wrong. Or sometimes I admit that I have literally threw up the white flag, even though I knew I was right still. I said, okay, babe, you know what? I was wrong. I compromised. You right. But I deep down know I'm still right.
So that's growth on your side, you would say? Mm-hmm. You know what? Hand clap. Hand clap. Let me ask you this. Do you have a type? If so, is this type good for you?
I wouldn't say I have just one certain type. I have different things that draw me to people. Like, I love intelligent people.
Yeah.
To my core, like intelligent. Like you can be handsome, galore, gorgeous, but if you're not smart, if I can't hold a conversation with you, or if I can't take you somewhere and you can hold a conversation with people,
I have to think about my past.
We're going to keep you over here.
Over there.
And I'll see you when I see you.
Yo, it's crazy. I think about my past up with the example that you just gave. Mm-hmm. Dude be fine and can't hold a conversation, don't want to talk to nobody. And to me, back in the day, thinking how cute that was. Oh, let me help him. And now that I'm older, it's kind of like what you said. I'm looking out for that. Like, oh, you can't hold a conversation. 9 times out of 10, then you're going to be clinging on to me because you don't know how to speak to people. You don't know how to maneuver. Or, like you said, the intelligence piece as well. Like, I look out for all that stuff now versus in the past, all you had to be was fine. Like, oh, you fine? Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I'm like a chameleon. Like, I can adjust according to my atmosphere, you know?
Right.
If it's business, I can do a business meeting, a call, whatever, you know? I'm from New Orleans. I have, like, a balance of book smart and street smart, you know? So I like someone to kind of still have that same balance because they'll understand and they get me.
Yeah.
I don't want someone that's complete just book smart. And then I'm like, hey, hon, my friend is having a birthday party. Let's go here. And they're like, you know, or I'm like, hey, hon, I don't know, let's go to a football game, a basketball game. They're like, oh, I don't like sports or something, you know. Or I'm like, okay, hon, let's go to a nice restaurant. And they don't know how to dress, you know, according to the dress code and stuff for the event. So it's just, and what happens if you actually meet my kids one day and then you're cussing and all this, you don't know how to hold a conversation.
Yeah.
So it's a lot. So, yeah, I just need somebody that's a balance. I like to do an array of things, whether it's legal, whether it's like the legal industry, sports, entertainment, the adult industry, like strip clubs, staying at home, watching movies. Like, I like everything. I need an all-around, well-rounded relationship in person.
Got you. Okay. What has been your experience when you let others get close to you?
As far as what? Because it could be good, like good experience or bad experience, or
I would say in general. It sounds like in general. You know, some people don't let people get that close to them. You seem like you would be the opposite overall. Or even if you think about just your dating in relationships, it sounded like in the past you didn't, because like you said, you had all these other things.
Come on, doctor. Come on now. But it depends on how much I like the person. You know, if I really like, I'm gonna accept sometimes I accept you for who you are.
Yeah.
You can't get mad at me because I'm accepting you for who you are. Because you presented that and told me who you were. So let's say I meet you and you be like, oh, I'm getting out of a relationship and I'm just kind of focused on myself and business. I ain't looking for nothing serious. That's going to lock in my mind. And then I'm going to be like, okay, so I'm not going to really take you seriously, really. Because you told me you don't want a serious relationship. So you can't get mad at me. You're coming at me, hey, Lilia, why you don't call me? Or why you don't see me all the time? You said you're not looking for that serious. So why would I even put myself in that position to even try to get
close that you take heed to what people say, because a lot of people will hear that from a man.
And they try to change it.
They try to change it. And then they push. That means let me just work a little harder.
Yeah, no. And then you get mad after you done spent years with that person and they don't want to marry you. They already told you that they're not looking for nothing serious. No matter how much he's at your house, no matter how much he's saying I love you and I deal with you or whatever, if he initially said that he's not trying to get married and it's been 2-3 years now, he said it. He said it, because that's all he gonna do is throw it back in your face. I said it. Remember I said, but look how much time you've been with me. Look at, you've been met all my family and all this, did it. But I said, you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I see exactly.
So I'm going to take what you say.
I feel that.
Mad at me.
I feel that. Okay, my last question for you. Do you have any pet peeves within like dating relationships?
Oh, Jesus. Just do what you say and just mean what you say. A lot of times I don't ask for things. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It irks me to my soul when people offer or say they're going to do something and don't do it.
Got you. Let me ask you this. Do you think that's an issue that you don't ask? Or no?
Not really. I think even if I did ask for something, like, and you say you're going to do it.
I know it still goes to...
Still do it. Yeah. Just say no. If you don't want to do it, or if you can't do it, say I can't do it.
Or just don't offer it out.
Yes. Or things change, things happen in life sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Just communicate that with the person and say, hey, babe, this changed. I can't do it this day, but I'm going to do it this day. But just keep your word. Or, hey, I can't make it this day, but I can come this day. Just not have a regard for people's time.
Yeah.
Or what they got going on is a huge no for me. Like, I don't like that, because I take people time very seriously, because I want people to, you can't get that shit back.
You can't get it back.
So that's a huge thing for me.
Okay, so that's your number one pet peeve.
And tell the truth. If you out here hoeing in the streets, say, I'm out here hoeing in the streets. I got 2, 3, 4, 5. You number 2. We can possibly move you up to number 1. But don't say, oh, you're the only one.
Oh,
you
yeah.
got Tiffany, Nicole, Ebony, all them calling your phone saying, my man. But where? How? What?
Right.
What if he was honest or, then you could have just mentally, physically prepared yourself accordingly.
Right. And let you as a person make the decision
That
what you want.
And I feel like a lot of men, a lot of people, not just men, let me just say that because, right, don't give people choices.
Yeah.
Give the person a choice because you actually might be surprised.
Very surprised. Another question, thinking of K. Marie intimates, how does that play like in your life and within dating? Like when you introduce like that part of your business to men you're dating, does it change anything, affect anything? Do you think or see extra insecurity around that with men who try to get serious with you?
It depends on the guy.
I'm just curious on what you see. Because I definitely know it depends on the guy. But
to be honest, from my experience, I would say 50-50.
50.
And I say that because I've had guys be like, they'll come to the toy convention and walk the convention with me. They'll be excited to see stuff. Like, go ahead, boo, take a picture, whatever you gonna do, or whatever, or they'll be like intrigued and ask questions about certain products and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I love to tell you and share that with you, and then you have some that automatically feels like you're this porn star that's out here fucking everybody just because I make or sell toys,
which is crazy.
That's really childish and crazy to me, And then you have another side that's like, nah, that's too much for me. Just don't even bring that shit around me.
Yeah.
Or anything. Let's just keep it, I don't want to know or anything like that.
A relationship like that would be kind of hard though, right? Because it's kind of like in a way you shielding a part of yourself, or would you be able to maneuver in a relationship like that where they just don't want to know that part?
I think I would be fine. It's just, don't ask me you can't get mad if I'm going to the toy convention.
That part.
You can't get mad if I'm having a party and you're not there because you don't want to be there around the toys or the industry or whatever. Like, that's your personal choice. So I'm not always still do what I need to do for the businesses that I built off the ground. You can come and be supportive or not.
Got you. How have you successfully found men that just didn't care about all of that stuff? I feel like a lot of men still care about like their women being a part of the industry in any type of way. So
adult industry?
Yeah, the adult industry. So dating and stuff like that. How have you vetted to find the right men? Like, do you ask certain questions or do you just see how they react?
Most of the men that I've dated in my life have been cool, laid-back people. And that drew me to them.
Yeah.
So when I present that to them and tell them that's one of the business I have, they want to know more about it for the most part, But there have been some where they were like straight and narrow.
Yeah.
Corporate. Very rare. Two surprisingly, was still open-minded, even though they was corporate. But then there was other ones that just didn't care to hear anything about it, And so basically we just didn't talk about that part of my business or my life. We talked about the other things, but not that.
Got you. What would you say is the hardest lesson you've learned within dating and building relationships so far? Then how are you incorporating it now in your current relationship?
Communication, understanding one another points of view.
Okay.
To have to sometimes say, okay, I will be quiet, like, to let you get your point out, right? Mm-hmm. That's another thing that, like, when you had asked me about a flaw.
Yeah.
I have a problem with allowing someone to finish speaking, especially if I feel that it's some bullshit.
I hear you.
But I have to learn how to let them get their point across so I can listen and receive what they're saying and then give my feedback versus hearing what they're starting with and I just cut it off like that. I'm not even listening to let you finish. I don't even want to hear it.
Yeah. That's okay.
But that's something I need to work on. It's just allowing people to finish speaking, to get their emotions and feelings out, and then I get my feedback on it. So I'm working on it.
Got you. So my last question for you, thinking of your younger self, what would you tell your younger self that's out here dating and trying to find the one? I know that was a lot of our goals back in the day. What would you tell that younger self now?
Fuck them. Men ain't going nowhere.
That's a fact.
They always going to be there. Whether you're 18, 19, 20, 30, 40, they're there. When you're in your 20s, men going to still be there. Whether the man is in his 20s or early 30s, whatever. Even if you're in your 40s, men going to be there in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 80s, 20s, 30s, whatever. Like, they're not going nowhere. Focus on yourself. Focus on your craft. Focus, like, travel the world.
Yes.
Love yourself. Create different things that you want to do, like hobbies and everything. Because as soon as you in a relationship, as soon as you have kids, it's not about you no more. It's about those kids, definitely. It's about your partner, your relationship, because then you have to communicate with them and compromise and all of that. So I would tell my younger self, focus on yourself and achieve your goals to the max before you get connected in a relationship, a serious relationship. You can date, but being 20 and locking yourself down with the person for the rest of your life, if you really love them, cool, by all means, I applaud that, but it's a whole world out here.
Yeah.
Right? And for my younger self, I would have said, focus more on business and whatever. Like, imagine if I would have did all of this stuff that I'm doing now in my 20s.
Yeah.
Right? I'd probably be retired by now.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That, or I'd probably be like Hugh Hefner with the Yanni Ranch or something. You know what I'm saying? But, or who knows? I don't know. But at the end of the day, focus on yourself. That's what I would tell my youngest.
That's a good tip.
The world is still going to be there. All this stuff is still going to be there.
That's a good tip that I think a lot of younger women don't think about.
They feel like they have to do it now.
Yes.
They get influenced by the friends they have, the so-called friends they have. They get influenced by the men, the boys they have right now. They feel like, oh my God, I love him. He gonna leave me if I don't do this. Then fuck him. Somebody better that understands that you are, you have a vision and you're out here trying to
get it. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We can't end it in no better way. Yeah. Now tell the audience where they can find you, Maria.
Okay, so my Instagram is K Marie Intimates, K and then Marie and then Intimates with the S. That's my Instagram. Or you could just email me. Like I said, the easy one is mopaylegal@gmail.com. Neoteric Sports Entertainment. It's a sports agency. But yeah, and that's it really. Oh, I promised somebody that I was going to do this for them. Okay. So basically, so we said already, Ebony Miles is the one that makes the 24 edible 24 karat edible chocolate.
These are
white chocolate,
so
handmade.
good.
Her Instagram is Gem Nuggets. Yes. And then also to the person that I was speaking about earlier that we're going to do possibly a line together with his PJs, like upscale PJ set, and then my sheets and things like that. We might do a partnership. He has a book out. It's called The Husbands with the S Playbook. Okay? It's The Husbands Playbook. And it's basically a playbook for married men who want to be great husbands. Yes.
Okay, is it on Amazon? Is it on where?
So the book is by Ryan C. Williams.
Okay.
And you can go to the Husbands with an S. So spell husbands out, no Z. Husbandsplaybook.com to order the book.
Okay.
But yes.
Dope.
Yes. And then and he's gonna make a line of sexy PJ wear for everybody.
Is it men and women or?
I think we're gonna start with the men first, and then possibly do something for the women like robes and sexy stuff, but men first.
Okay.
And then partner with my sheets and stuff like that. But yes, The Husband's Playbook for all the men that want to be great husbands. Get the book, okay? It's thehusbandsplaybook.com.
Bet. Okay. I'm going to have all of those links in the show notes. Y'all make sure y'all check out K. Marie's Intimates. She has some dope ass toys. Check her out. I want to thank you so much for making time to come on.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. Y'all make sure, don't forget to download the dating app Plan for Keeps. And until next time.
Thank you. Bye.